Thanks to the supporters at channel member Nathan Rowley. Oh, this run-in really hasn't gone to plan. I am quite worried we're not going to qualify for the Champions League again this year. Hello and welcome to Club 4, part 23 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final two games of the season. We're at home in both of them, but we face Chelsea and Manchester United. They're quite tricky games. They'd be less vital if we hadn't have done this. And by this, I mean losing two of our last three games against relegation-threatened Blackburn, possibly even already relegated by now, and some team called Tottenham that I have never disrespected and feel like it's unfair that it's like the world getting back at me for something that I never did in the first place. It means the league table looks like this. Blackburn aren't relegated, but still could be. We are still in the final Champions League qualification spot. We can no longer win the league, which is not necessarily a big deal. West Ham are 4 points behind us, but have a game in hand and a better goal difference. We said in the last episode that needed to be like a 6-point gap for me to feel comfortable going into these last couple of games. I maintain that. I really don't feel comfortable, especially because Chelsea are in incredible form and we play them now. They're only 3 points behind us with a game in hand. If we don't beat Chelsea, we have a real problem. And beating Chelsea, the form they're in, is going to be a challenge. We've already qualified for the Europa League. I am starting to kind of make peace with the fact that I think I probably am expecting the Europa League next year. But, you know, if we can win two matches, that's all it is. Win two matches, we're back in the Champions League. So let's try and do that, shall we? This is the team we'll be sending out there to try and do that. It's Hoy and Hal in goal, a back four of Michele, Caesar, Noel and Romero. Answer at the base of the midfield. Janusek and Tipple ahead of him. Gilberto Carlos. Nobody knows. Carlos in behind Abraham and Pedro Luis. Please, football, can we have a goal, please? That was my team talk, in case you were wondering. Oh, I would very much like to win this football match, please. I'm hoping Chelsea are just putting a team of old men out again, but obviously they're going to know just how important this game is. And they've still got Havertz in there as an old man. Mason Mount must be an old man now. It looks like they have finally moved on from Lukaku, who is not even on their bench. So maybe he's finally packed it in at nearly 40 years old. He was certainly still leading the line for them last year when they were in a title race. And they are the team with the first attacking move of the match. And it's Hoy and Hal there to make the save. Tammy Abraham, if there's ever a moment for you to get your own back, for them turfing you out to Italy for 10 years, this is that opportunity. They've hit the post. Oh, I don't like it. Can we have a goal now, please? Still 0-0. We're Norwich. Chelsea have had the brighter start, though, and it's just going to be nervy all the way through. We also need to keep an eye on what West Ham are up to. They're currently drawing 0-0 against a Newcastle side that have already finished rock bottom, already relegated. So we've got to keep an eye on them. They've now gone ahead, it looks like. 2-0. They're 2-0 up over Newcastle. Obviously, they have that game in hand. They have that better goal difference as well. We've got to win. And Manchester United are already 3-0 up in their game. So we play them next. They're in good form and trying to win the Premier League. So, like I say, it's not looking good for a second consecutive Champions League qualification. But we've had miracles happen on Football Manager before. Maybe we get a miracle today. It is all Chelsea. Every attack is Chelsea at the moment. We could really do with a breakaway goal here. Abraham plays it down to Tipple. Gilberto Carlos. We have got a counter-attack on. Carlos shoots from range and he probably should have been looking to play Pedro Luis in there. I mean, if it had gone in, I'd be praising him forever. Unfortunately, it's a little bit wild, high and wide, but we do now have a corner. Gilberto Carlos crosses, and there is Tammy Abraham. Look at him, arms in the air. He's having a lovely day. Tammy Abraham scores the goal on the 40th minute to put us 1-0 up over Chelsea and one step closer to getting back into the Champions League again. That's what you get for getting rid of him, Chelsea. You could have had him for the last 10 years. You could have had him. You didn't. You blew it. And now he's trying to blow you. No? I know what I mean. Let's just keep doing that. I mean, it's still, the ridiculous thing is it could conceivably still not be enough because West Ham are still 4 points behind us with 2 games left to play. We could win this and still have to go and beat Manchester United. It's absurd, the situation we've got ourselves in. I can't believe we lost those 2 games that we've lost. It's upset me quite a bit. Bearing in mind I'm recording this the same afternoon we got knocked out of the Champions League. I'm not having a good day when it comes to Football Manager, but it could be about to get better. Pedro Luis is in, but his shot goes wide. Come on, boys. Can we just ease things off a little bit for me? I want to be able to calm down. My heart rate is through the roof. I need to lie down. I need my new sit-stand desk that's on its way so that I can stand up and pace while this is going on. Pedro Luis out to Romero. Romero drills it across for Abraham again. And Tammy Abraham has his 2nd goal of the game. He is single-handedly preventing Chelsea from qualifying for the Champions League. And it's probably my favourite thing that's ever happened. Oh, my goodness. The love affair with Tammy Abraham goes on. It's 2-0 now to Norwich. We need to check in on West Ham. West Ham, sugar plums. Man United are 8-0 up over Wolves. We've got to play them next. The hell is going on there? Oh, my word. And we can't see the West Ham score because good old Football Manager is good old... Shut up, Siri. Oh. He said something about kissing. I think it's trying to set me up with Tammy. Oh, dear. Right. What are we doing? Griffin Diaz coming on. Who, by the way, I think it takes us slightly off topic, but Griffin Diaz has done nothing but play central midfield for us for 2 years. This is his 40th game playing in central midfield for us. Why on earth is he still only accomplished in that role? How many more times do we have to play him there for him to become natural? And I know a load of you are going to say, Kev, you may have to train him there as well. You don't. You really don't. You train for the last couple of FMs. Training only gets you as far as accomplished. To move from accomplished to natural, you can only do that by playing there in match. You have to be training there as well. He might be training there as well. I don't know what those rascals get up to in their tracksuits every day. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. Leave them to it. Let's have a little look. He is training to play as a winger. We'll not worry about that. We'll concern ourselves with that in the summer. If I feel like it's necessary. Abraham across to Carlos. Now Walsh from range. Asa Walsh. What a goal. Give that boy a round of applause. What a goal from Asa Walsh. We've got part 1 of this job done, I think, at this point. But seeing what Manchester United are doing this afternoon, if anything, we've somehow managed to come here, stick 3 past Chelsea. And if anything, I'm less confident about our Champions League spot now than I was before. Fingers crossed, we see a West Ham bottle job on their game in hand. I think that's our only route to success at this point. West Ham need to find a way to throw it all away. We've eliminated Chelsea. Chelsea can no longer get into the Champions League. It's only West Ham who can spoil our fun now. And, I mean, why would they want to spoil our fun? That seems unnecessary. Abraham, again, this man's 34 years old and he's got the energy of a 12-year-old. It's ridiculous. Abraham sliding it across for Walsh. He's looking for his 2nd. Alvarez is there to tap it in. A 9th goal of the season for Alvarez, who, bearing in mind, he's started about 4 games this season because Tammy Abraham, as mentioned before, is a physical freak specimen who doesn't need rest despite being nearly as old as I am in real life. And I need a rest if I walk up the stairs too quickly to go to the toilet. Tammy Abraham's on another level, but Alvarez is always there to just remind us who the true club legend is. It's Norwich 4, Chelsea 0. I do hope we've saved a goal or 2 for Manchester United. Let's just check in on exactly what the situation is leading into the final day. And of course, we're going to check in on West Ham midweek as well, as we hope to sneak qualification without having to kick a ball. That would be the perfect scenario for us here. We're just waiting for the media reaction. The fact it's taking this long to process worries me. What's it up to? What's it got planned for me? Right, West Ham beat Newcastle 4-2. Manchester United beat Wolves 8-0. Oh, God. We play them next. Right. we just need West Ham to lose their game in hand. If they lose their game in hand, we're in the Champions League, and it doesn't matter what happens against Manchester United. We can just get absolutely battered by them, and it will be fine. Who do they play? Manchester City, who need a win to maintain their dominance over English football. Oh, this is a run-in, isn't it? Oh, here we go then, boys and girls. A Manchester City win here would be absolutely perfect. And I'm checking my maths again. I'm double checking it. Manchester City win. We're fine. We're in the Champions League. A draw means we need a minimum of a point against Manchester United, I think. While West Ham play Sheffield United, who were already relegated. So they're pretty much guaranteed a win. They've already got a better goal difference than us. We've got to get a point against Manchester United while they have to beat us to be sure of winning the Premier League. We're not making this easy for ourselves. Oh, here we go then, boys and girls. It all comes down to this. You know the team by now, other than the fact, of course, Michele can't be a part of it because he's a Manchester United player, which means for such a massive game, we're having to play Tipple at left back, which is not ideal. Janusek and Zamorano are going to be the midfield. But other than that, you know the team by now. Let's just cross everything. There's a couple of things that can help us over the finish line here. Obviously, a point against Manchester United or more. You know, we might beat them 6-0. They might have used up all their goals on Wolves. But any kind of non-defeat result here against Manchester United, we're in the Champions League. The other thing, of course, is if Sheffield United can do us a massive favour over West Ham. I would like to remind Sheffield United on FM21, I did win the Champions League with you. So I feel like you owe me. If you could sort us out there, that would be great too. But it is in our own hands, sort of. I mean, beating Manchester United seems unreasonable, but we could give it a bash, can't we? We can have a try. And if it all goes wrong, we'll just blame it all on what happened when we played Brentford and whoever else, all those other little teams that we managed to lose to, especially the recent ones. We've only got ourselves to blame for being in this situation. Janusek is in here. Oh my goodness me, he scored a goal. We just did a football, boys and girls. Norwich 1, Manat 0. End it there. Final whistle, and we're in the Champions League. This is perfect. Don't give them the opportunity to get back into the game. It's lovely work from Abraham and Carlos. Janusek flying forward from midfield. That's what you don't see from him when he plays a little bit deeper, playing as the box-to-box midfielder. This is the role we actually signed him to play, and we've kind of been playing him out of position for 2 years because Tipple is better at doing that role, or certainly has looked better at doing that role this year. Ball over the top, looking for Pedro Luis, but can't find him. And now United have got a counter-attack on. We need Hoyenhal to have one of his special performances today. We need, I mean, look at this. Again, look at the state of this team that they've got. Sancho, Moukoko. They've still got Bruno Fernandes in their team. Goodness me. It is actually quite a homegrown team at Manchester United, which is interesting. And so with the big deep cross, Tammy Abraham at the far post once again, but can't get the header past the goalkeeper. And now Caesar, nothing. The highlight just ends. I'm comfortable with highlights ending today. This works for me. But United, apparently less so. And look at that. Gilberto Carlos is our attacking midfielder. And he's just getting back, defending from the front, being an extra body in midfield when we need him. It's beautiful stuff. And now Tipple charging forward on the left. If he can find the right cross here, this could be a second goal. He's just dancing around with the ball. And Gilberto Carlos, who started the move with the tackle that he made back in our own half, arrives in the penalty area to get on the end of the cross. He was instrumental in the first goal. He's been phenomenal for the second goal. He's just asked me for a new contract. We've done him 5 years on only 53 grand a week. This man's worth 200 grand a week if he gets us into the Champions League. And I mean, he is up for it today, it seems. Look at the way that midfield four have played. Look at those ratings in midfield. We have dominated the centre of this pitch so far. And I emphasise again, if we could have the final whistle now, please, that would be super duper. United on the attack again. Romero has got to deal with Jadon Sancho today, which is not ideal for a young lad who's still learning his way as a right back. But then on the other side, we've got a midfielder covering at left back. Our fullbacks are going to struggle a little bit defensively today, but as you've already seen with Tipple, going forward, they're great. Less great is the fact that United have one of the 3 goals that they need back. 2-1, 37 minutes gone. That felt all too easy. Oh, look at the space we've left there. Caesar, who's supposed to be on a covering instruction, finds himself very, very far forward with Noel trying to cover for him. And that way round it is never going to work. Noel's just not quick enough to be able to get back in cover. That's why we don't ask him to get back in cover. He's the guy who gets covered for. He's great in the air. He's a great leader. And Caesar's there to kind of be in behind him and stop that kind of situation, but it didn't really work out that way that time. Carlos has come very deep again here, though. He's further deep than our 2 central midfielders currently, which I've never seen him play like this before, but he's taken it upon himself to do it. I'd love to say this is tactical genius on my part, but clearly he's just got a nice level of football intelligence of his own and has recognised that we need that extra body in there, and he's providing it. Tammy Abraham now. Ball over the top to Pedro Luis. We know how quick he is. He gets away from his defender, but can't get the goal, can't get the ball past the United goalkeeper. We do win a corner, though. We can grab a third here before half-time. That goes a long way towards securing our Champions League spot for next year. Zamorano is there to sweep up the remnants of this corner. And now Noel to Gilberto Carlos to Pedro Luis. We're looking to create something here. It's gone all the way back to Romero. Romero again trying to play it into Abraham. It's a poor attempt at a cross, pass, something along those lines. And now Caesar forward to Carlos, who's dropped very deep again. Tammy Abraham, what a pass to Pedro Luis, and I really hope that isn't the opportunity that costs us our Champions League spot. We are still ahead in this game. We haven't even checked in on what West Ham are doing. We've been so engrossed in what's been going on here. West Ham could be 4-0 down. All I can say is well done for the first half. What are West Ham up to? West Ham are drawing with Sheffield United currently. If it stays like that in their game, it doesn't matter what happens in our game. And for as long as we're in the lead, we are, of course, gifting a Premier League title to Manchester City as well, who at the moment are only drawing with Everton. So United will be looking at that, knowing they only need a goal to win the league as things stand. In fact, that's perfect for everyone. If it can end like this and we can just manufacture a 2-2 draw, they win the league, we get into the Champions League, everybody's happy, apart from West Ham. And frankly, who cares? Pedro Luis with the cross. Well, in fact, he's trying to get on the end of the cross and doesn't, but it's back with Zamorano again in midfield. And now Ansa, Gilberto Carlos, Abraham. I love this possession we keep. Just playing it back in to Abraham, who's always got his back to goal. And you've kind of got Carlos and Abraham there, just constantly there as almost walls to bounce the ball back to these midfield players on at different angles to try and manufacture a chance. It's beautiful to watch when it works. Oh, clear it! That's less beautiful to watch, though. That's for sure. 25 minutes left. We are still in the lead. Oh, I just want to be sick. Right. Janusek is shattered. We've got Diaz to come on for him. That's an easy substitution to make. I also feel like this is a moment for Alvarez to come on and just use his 10 years of experience as a Norwich legend just to help ease us over the finish line. As important as Tammy Abraham is, he was the most tired attacking player we've got. And we needed to get Alvarez on somehow just for his experience and leadership. And now United are on the attack again. Oh, my palms are so sweaty. It's horrible. Still 2-1, 15 minutes of the season remaining. West Ham, I didn't catch that. I didn't scroll far enough before the highlight kicked off again. Romero to Zamorano. Romero is a worry on a yellow card. With these United wingers running at him, I am a little bit alarmed. Tipple's also on a yellow card. I'm more afraid for Romero. Tipple's got hundreds of games of Premier League experience behind him. Watch him go and get sent off now. I can't believe I've said that in a bit. Can I edit that out? Can we just kill that bit? Right. They're getting closer, and I don't like it. West Ham are now winning against Sheffield United. So if we do get the 2-goal turnaround for Manchester United in the last 10 minutes, we do miss out. Final change. Just take a moment. A moment of composure is what we need here. See? Feels much better. I think we're going to bring on Casolare for Gilberto Carlos. We're going to drop Alvarez back into that attacking midfield role. We're going to do that. We're looking to maintain having an outlet. I'm more confident in Casolare coming on in a situation like this than I would be Yedro or one of the backup fullbacks that we don't even really have. Right. 3.5 minutes. If we can avoid conceding in this highlight, I believe we will be safe because they're unlikely to score twice. That's a big miss. He was offside anyway, but that was a big miss. Are we, I think we're going to, oh my goodness, we've done it. we have done it the hard way, but we are, for the second year in a row, back in the Champions League. And that is the difference between financial ruin or continuing growth as a club, but probably more importantly, is going to be the difference between us keeping the likes of Pedro Luis or having to sell them to Champions League clubs. There is your confirmation that we've qualified for the Champions League. Budgets, give me 60 million. Don't give me 15, 20 million to spend. We already looked in the last episode. We don't have much transfer debt. We've cleared the overdraft. Now's the time. Second year of qualification. Now is the time to give me a big boy Champions League budget. How do? We can work with that. We can really work with that, I think. We've been given quite a bit of extra wage budget and £49.5 million of transfer budget. Spensies incoming tomorrow, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.